to the Orange Bowl at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida, where Clemson is a 6.5-point favorite over Tennessee, total of 63. I mean, like, the obvious thing here is, should Klubnik have been playing all season? How do we think about that? But I'm just interested in like your thoughts on that, because they could very well be playing for a national championship if he had if they had pulled that trigger a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really interesting question. Additionally, I think you have to have questions about Clemson's offensive staff, right? I think they only had 1 year of outside of Clemson Power 5 experience from a coaching standpoint. Basically, Dabo has just promoted everybody from within, but that offense, when it has gone elsewhere, has not done very well. USF, Virginia this year. I know a lot of the NFL draft guys criticize that offense for what it kind of taught Deshaun and Trevor, who came out of it. So I do kind of wonder about the quality of coaching there. And look, Klubnik played really well against North Carolina, but he also did not play very well against Syracuse and didn't play all that well when they put him in against the Irish. So I don't know if I fault them necessarily for playing the wrong guy the entire time, but he does look like the team responds to him. Just single game sample set here, but they respond to him apparently a little better than they do DJ. And Tennessee has a bunch of guys out for this game. Tillman's not going to play, their stud receiver. Obviously, Hooker's out. I think this comes down to how much do you believe in Joe Milton, the quarterback? And to me, he's a guy who's never been accurate, even on wide open guys. I've seen him. He's from Orlando, where I've lived. I've seen him just miss guys wide open all the time. 7 on. Harbaugh thought he could fix him, couldn't. Tennessee thought he was the right guy to start. If you remember last year, like, he started the first 2 games, and they're like, "Oh, wait a second, it's not working." So if he hits the wide open guys, I think there's value on Tennessee, but his track record says he's probably questionable.
So what do you make the downgrade from Hendon Hooker to him?
I think it's like a 5.
Okay, because so for me, I'd make the number if you had Hooker playing Tennessee minus 5.5. So based on that, I'd say pick. But again, I'm using Clemson numbers with DJ basically because that's what we've had all season.
Right, and I think you got to bump up Clemson some just because of how they looked with Klubnik. But like, you're not going to bump them a touchdown or anything like that. I wouldn't think. The value to me in this is like maybe 7 with Tennessee, but I'm not going to lay the 7 with Clemson now. Or earlier in 2 weeks ago, it was probably value on Clemson.